very welcome back to the show. Now, it can ruin a good night's sleep, perhaps your relationship, and it can also drive you insane. Yes, we're talking about snoring, and as this week is Stop Snoring Week, today we're joined by snoring expert Alicia Graham to tell us about a new app which may help. Thank you very much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you. Thanks so much for
now,
having me.
most people, 40% of people, I suppose, in this country suffer from the loudness at night.
Yeah.
Amanda, which comes to you in a
Literally
second.
suffer.
There's
word.
homicidal tendencies there in the Brunker household. But why is it so prevalent? Is it?
I suppose there's a number of different factors, and it's funny actually how you said there that 40% of people suffer. Well, 40% of people snore, so it's probably 80% of people who suffer. And then if there's more people in the house. So there's a number of different factors for why people snore. It can be down to weight, it can be down to if people smoke. So if people smoke, they're twice as likely to snore because the smoke, it inflames the throat, so it closes the airways. Congestion could be a reason that people snore. Alcohol. So yeah, like, 'cause I suppose it's down to when you sleep, your muscles relax. That relaxation can partially close airways. The vibration sound, that's the sound you hear, that's snoring.
That's basically the air is going...
Yeah, literally, so it's vibrating off the soft palate and the soft tissue, and that's what's causing that noise.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I suppose it can have quite a debilitating effect on whatever about the person who's snoring on their sleep. And it's not really funny because like the amount of people, you're standing over someone with a pillow going, I'm actually going to smother you. Because it can hugely affect relationships.
Oh, of course it does. Yeah, exactly. And there are definitely two people who suffer in it because I feel bad because I feel like I always stand up for snorers as well. I think it's because I snore sometimes myself, so I tend to just...
we all snore sometimes.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It definitely...
When you're exhausted or when you've had one too many the night before.
Exactly, and you're
cold,
relaxed
or
and
cold,
and cold, exactly. But yeah, exactly. So neither person is getting a proper night's sleep. So when people snore, not enough oxygen is going to their brains, so they can't function properly the next day. So even if they're not waking up themselves from snoring, they're still not getting a proper night's sleep. But then it's the partner who cannot sleep. They're losing the will to live. You're nodding. And it's just, it's awful. And it breaks down marriages, it breaks down relationships, separate rooms. It's awful. It really, really is.
Nothing wrong with a separate room. I'm all for a separate room.
Go listen to this. Have you heard what she's actually done because of snoring?
Well,
Poor Philip, what he's been through.
Just to give her a little bit of background, for the first year, I tried everything that there was going. There was rings, there was sprays, there was pillows, there was the whole lot. And literally after a year, I then broke up with Philip. I said, I can't do this. I said, I actually love you, but I said, I love me more, and I can't live with this for the rest of my life. I was literally, my ears were bleeding from, I tried every type of earplug, like the wax, the foam, the this, the that. Anyway, so he then decided he'd go in and he'd get his adenoids chiseled. So it brings tears to his eyes. And I went...
That's relationship goals right there.
You know what
you guys are doing for each other.
I can't break up with him now because he's after going through an awful lot of pain. And anyway, he came out and it didn't really make any difference. And I was like going, and now I can't leave him because I'm the bitch. So, but now we have separate rooms, and it started off when we had our first child, which was great then because I will stay in the room, and then I just never really moved back. Occasionally I'll go in, even when we're on holidays, we'll make sure that there's a sofa bed somewhere so we can separate. But it's just, I do actually feel bad for him because he has tried a lot, and he's been to sleep clinics and he's been to this and been to that. The only solution is separate rooms, and I'm very lucky. I feel very blessed that I can have another bedroom.
But what's this new app now that you have that you can track the snoring? Tell us how this works.
So we do a lot of work with Enterprise Ireland, and they hooked us up with RCSI. So we developed an app in conjunction with RCSI. And it's a revolutionary app.
The Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
Yeah, the Royal College of Surgeons. And so it's an app that monitors your sleep, monitors your snoring. So at night, you place the app beside your phone, beside your bed, sorry. And
so you open the app and you have it there.
Open the app, have it there, and it's recording your sleep at night. So it will actually show levels of your intensity of your snoring, how much time you spend snoring at night, at what stage in your sleep, which is usually in your deepest sleep stage that you do snore. So it will show you all of that. It will actually show how intensive it is. So for people who are like, I don't snore, it's like, yeah, well, download the app and you'll see if you do.
Do you know people who snore before they actually go to sleep? Because my husband does that too. He hasn't even gone to sleep and he's already snoring. But he wakes himself up. He's so loud. Like he'll go. I'm so glad I didn't know about this actual piece, because I actually would have filmed him last night to bring it in.
I wanted him to tell you. I couldn't do that to poor Philip. It would be so cruel. But I mean, some people just snore maybe a little bit and that's it.
Yeah.
But some people, they could snore for hours on end. And
definitely. It totally depends. It depends on how much of a partial closing there is in the airway. So when the air isn't able to move freely, that's when the airways partially close. But the scary thing about, and this is what our app is intended on doing, is just educating people about their sleep, educating people about their snoring, so they actually have physical evidence they can download, they can bring to their doctor. Because what RCSI did with us is they developed an algorithm that will actually be able to detect sleeping conditions, such as sleep apnea. Because snoring can be an early sign that you could develop sleep apnea, which is a huge other, condition.
It's very debilitating,
so dangerous.
isn't it?
It really is, exactly.
A friend of mine has to wear one of those head things at night.
That's it, the CPAP machine. And it's 4%, it's probably even more, but they say it's hard to put a number on it, but around 4% of the population in Ireland have sleep apnea, and 90% of that is undiagnosed. So it's only when people actually go and they say, geez, I've had this for years, and that they get the CPAP machine. So that's what that app will help do. It will just help kind of educate people on their sleeping patterns and their snoring patterns.
So once you know that you may have a problem if you're a significant other, you're probably single if you snore that bad, to be quite honest.
Should be single. Should be single.
But what can you do? Is there, like, as Amanda said, she tried loads of different things. I mean, it depends on the severity, I suppose. Not everyone wants to get their adenoids chiseled, but is there, like, we hear about the snoring rings and all these different bits and pieces, but I suppose it's important to keep the airways open.
Exactly, so that's how we developed a snoring dilator. So we have a dilator that it basically opens up the nasal passages. So that goes back to the idea of air being able to move freely through the nasal passages. So
and what do they do? They put this up their nose?
You just put that inside the nose. It's
I'll
really
show you,
comfortable.
Now, this is how it goes.
Your nose
I don't know if
that's the filter. So that's the one for allergies. So that's our nasal filter for allergies.
Give me
and
the
then
nose
that's
one now. I'll just
the dilator.
So can you
so that is
see this thing
inserted.
there? So you shove it up your
the other
nose.
way around. So like the pointy
I'm
way.
not going to put it on
No,
now.
it's okay.
Of course I don't.
That's okay.
So it goes up
you
there.
basically insert it inside the nose, and it keeps the nasal passages open. So different to like kind of the strips and that, they're not going to fall
Where
off.
do we get those?
So you can get it in pharmacies all over, just all over Ireland, and you can buy it online as well. But
how far back the nose? You should just shove it back.
Yeah, so like you stop where the bridge ends. So you basically just bring it down to the end, so it will stop. Like it won't go. People are kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to put something up my nose, but once they try it, it's really comfortable. You can't really feel it, and it's a not too invasive thing to put inside, and it's non, there's no drugs in it, and it's easy to use. But we've done a lot of trials on it, and we found that 9 out of 10 patients have found that it either completely stopped snoring or it reduced it so much that their partner couldn't hear them snoring anymore.
That's really good.
Yeah, so if you use that with the app, I knew that you were going to put it in.
Well, I didn't like to tell you, but no, because I have things that you put in your ears to stop my teeth grinding, because I grind my teeth, which is very, very annoying as well. And as well
this
as
is comfy, actually.
Isn't it? Yeah, you can barely hear it.
The only reason I put it in, because I said, there's no way it's comfy.
Yeah.
And it is actually comfy, it's fine.
And it might, I think that size is probably a little bit too big for you as well, because that's the medium, so the smaller
only
be
a delicate
better.
little nose.
Yeah.
Should we bring that home to the husband?
Yeah.
Hang on, so anyway.
So, and it's just about simple things like that. Obviously, it won't work in everybody, but it can actually help.
Exactly, and that's what Stop Snoring Week is all about. So it was originated in the UK, so the British Sleep Organisation and also the British Dental Organisation I suppose began this annual week just to build awareness of snoring, to kind of not make it as much of a joke, because it most certainly is not a joke when people snore and when their partners snore. So it's about educating people on snoring, educating people on maybe little ways that they can change, even having alcohol before bed or smoking
Sleeping
2 hours before. Sleeping on your back is a huge thing.
Sleeping on your back and a few pints, and you're there for the night, going like that.
Yeah, and actually that you say that we're actually developing in conjunction with our app another thing. We're doing a lot of things. Being a startup, there's always like a million things that go on behind the scene. So we're developing a wearable, a vibrating wearable that the user will wear, and the signal will be sent from the app when the user starts snoring that will vibrate to make the person who's snoring move off their back and go on their side. So that's another thing that will be be brilliant down the
Well,
road.
if these things don't fix your husband,
Yeah,
I just don't know
exactly.
what
We'll
will.
come back and ask
Years
you.
ago, it was a tennis ball they used to put in the back of
That's
the
it. They used to wear
Yeah,
pyjamas.
yeah.
They don't wear pyjamas anymore, do
they
they?
don't. Yeah.
Anyway, Alicia, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
thank you so much
It's
for
been
having
an
me.
absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
of course, I'll never need those gadgets anyway. Now, time for a quick break. When we come back, one 12-year-old got his ultimate revenge on his parents. Find out what he did in 3.